The Cold War, a time of tension, a time of fear. Nations stood on the brink of disaster, with every decision carrying the weight of potential catastrophe. The world held its breath. Every news broadcast, every headline was a reminder of the fragile peace that could shatter at any moment. Two superpowers, locked in a deadly embrace. The United States and the Soviet Union, each vying for dominance, each unwilling to back down. The United States and the Soviet Union. Their rivalry defined an era shaping the lives of millions. Each possessed a terrifying arsenal, nuclear weapons, enough to obliterate humanity. This sheer destructive power was unimaginable. The threat of annihilation loomed large. The spectre of nuclear war cast a long, dark shadow over the world. It was a time when the unthinkable seemed possible. Families built bomb shelters, schools held drills, and the fear of the unknown was ever present. The world watched and waited, hoping for peace, praying for sanity. The tension was palpable, the stakes incredibly high, but in the shadows, a secret project took shape. Hidden from the public eye, it was a plan that could change everything. A project so terrifying, so audacious, it defied comprehension. Scientists and military officials worked tirelessly, driven by a mix of fear and ambition, a weapon to end all wars. A device that promised ultimate power, but at what cost? Or perhaps to end everything. This was Project Sundial, a name that would become synonymous with the ultimate gamble of the Cold War era. Project Sundial, a name that whispered of apocalypse, a secret endeavor shrouded in mystery and fear. It was a doomsday device of unimaginable power, a creation that could end civilizations in the blink of an eye. A bomb so powerful, it didn't need to be dropped from a plane or launched from a missile. Its mere existence was a threat. The concept was simple yet terrifying. A bomb so devastating that its presence alone could hold the world hostage. In tense governmental meetings and military briefings, the implications were clear. This was a weapon of ultimate deterrence. A threat to deter, to intimidate, to hold the world in a perpetual state of fear. The scientists imagined a blast radius of 400 kilometers, an area larger than most countries, vaporized, gone. The heart of Project Sundial was a monstrous thermonuclear bomb, a fusion reaction on a scale never before attempted. The scientists spoke of gigatons, billions of tons of TNT equivalent. The energy output would be unimaginable. The heat, the blast wave, the radiation. All life within the blast radius would cease to exist. The devastation would be total, the consequences irreversible. This was the ultimate weapon, a symbol of humanity's darkest capabilities, a reminder of the thin line between deterrence and destruction. The world would never be the same living under the shadow of Project Sundial. The energy output would be unimaginable. The heat, the blast wave, the radiation. All life within the blast radius would cease to exist. But the horror didn't end there. The initial devastation was just the beginning of a long, drawn-out nightmare. The aftermath of Project Sundial would be even more devastating. A global nuclear winter would ensue, plunging the world into a state of perpetual twilight. Dust and debris thrown into the atmosphere would form a thick, impenetrable layer, blocking out the sun's life-giving rays, plunging the planet into darkness. Temperatures would plummet to unprecedented lows. Crops would fail, leading to widespread famine. Ecosystems would collapse, unable to sustain life. The survivors, if there were any, would envy the dead. The world they would inherit would be unrecognizable, a desolate wasteland. The concept behind Project Sundial was mutually assured destruction, a doctrine that promised total annihilation. MAD, as it was aptly called, was a grim strategy. It was a chilling reminder of the lengths humanity would go to in the name of deterrence. The idea was simple, if terrifying. If one side launched a nuclear attack, the other would retaliate with equal or greater force. If one side launched a nuclear attack, the other would retaliate. The result would be mutual destruction on an unimaginable scale. Both sides would be destroyed. The logic was perverse, yet it was the cornerstone of Cold War strategy. Ensure your own destruction to prevent the other side from attacking. It was a high-stakes game of chicken with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Project Sundial was a moral abomination, a testament to the folly of mankind. It represented the darkest impulses of humanity, the willingness to sacrifice everything in the name of ideology. Thankfully, Project Sundial never came to fruition. It remained a terrifying hypothetical, a reminder of the abyss that we had stared into. And the question remains, will we ever truly escape the shadow of our own destructive potential?